Hello. So I'm going to read Amelia Bedelia means business, and I'm going to start at page 60. Bravo, said her mother. Then what? Amelia Bedelia shrugged and said, That's easy. You drink it. Or, said her mother, you could sell it. What if you set up a table and made fresh lemonade? Thirsty people would stand in line to drink it. Said Amelia Bedelia, that sort of sounds like what Dad was trying to say. Thank you, said Amelia Bedelia's father. Then he turned to his wife and said, And thank you, darling. I couldn't have said it better myself. Amelia Bedelia bought 50 bags of lemonades on sale. Self-correct. Amelia Bedelia bought 50 bags of lemons on sale. She used the money she saved from her last birthday, her tip from Pete's Diner, plus the $20 she got for her bouquet. Her dad helped her build a stand that was easy to set up and take down. That way, he said, you can put it up wherever you'll get the most customers. Have you thought of a name for yourself? Asked her mom. My name? My name is Amelia Bedelia, she said. That's the name you guys gave me. I meant, said her mom, a name for your business, something catchy to get people's attention. Yes, said her dad. Think big. How can I? Said Amelia Bedelia. My brain is just one size. Maybe you should advertise, said her mom. If people hear how good your lemonade is, they'll want to try it. Advertise? Said Amelia Bedelia. Like the commercials on TV for Wild Bill's Autorama? Sort of, said her dad, but not so terrible. Everybody knew about Wild Bill's Autorama. Bill owned a car dealership right downtown. He wore a white 10-gallon cowboy hat. In his TV ads, he shouted over and over and over that to get the best price, you had to buy your new car, from Wild Bill's Autorama, the home of the sweet deal. Suddenly, Amelia Bedelia had a great idea. She remembered last year when her parents had dragged her along to Wild Bill's to look at new cars with them. It was boring and hot. She could only have used, if only she could have used, let me go back and read that again. It was boring and hot. She could have really used a break. If she set her stand up near Wild Bill's Autorama, plenty of thirsty customers would line up for her lemonade when they were tired of looking at cars. Amelia Bedelia hopped on her awful, embarrassing piece of junk bike and rode down to Wild Bill's Autorama. She found the ideal spot for her stand, right near the entrance. Perfect. This was meant to be. She pedaled home as fast as she could. As she turned into her driveway, a great name for her business popped into her head. Hooray! Mom, yelled Amelia Bedelia, do you have any yellow paint left over from when you painted the kitchen? I need to make up my sign. Sure, sweetie, said her mom. She also gave Amelia Bedelia brushes and an old bed sheet. Amelia Bedelia spread the sheet out on the driveway and went to work. Her dad had told her to think big, so she drew a lemon as large as the kitchen table and outlined it with black marker. She was in the middle of writing the name for her business right on top of the lemon when her mom and dad came out to peek at what she was doing. Mom! Dad! Stop! Hollered Amelia Bedelia. Don't look. I want you to be surprised. They certainly were. So was Wild Bill, and so were the reporters from the TV Action News team, as well as everyone in town. Amelia Bedelia's, Amelia Bedelia's Last Stand, Chapter 8. The next day, Amelia Bedelia waited until just before lunchtime to open her business. She figured that by then, people would be hot and thirsty and bored enough to want a glass of lemonade. Her parents came along to help. Her dad set up her lemonade stand while her mom unfolded the sign. They attached it to the bottom of they attached it to the bottom of the sign for Wild Bill's Autorama. Looking good, her dad said. Terrific name, said her mom. It's perfect, said Amelia. I squeeze a whole lemon into every glass. That's a lot. Amelia was so proud of her sign. Lots of lemon, handmade lemonade. That's cute. It's really cute. She admired it while her dad set up chairs in front of the stand. Thanks, Daddy, said Amelia. Now my customers won't have to stand. This is more like a lemonade sit than a stand. Her father kept checking his watch. I have a surprise for you, he said. I called the television station and told them about your business. They thought it was a cute idea. They're sending their news team to interview you. Amelia jumped up and clapped her hands. Really? Will they make a commercial for me? No, said her dad. You'll be a story on news at noon. It's just lemonade or lemons. That's way better than a commercial. It's the real deal. Dad and I are going inside to look at the cars for a few minutes, said her mom. We'll send some customers out here for you. Thanks, said Mabel. I'll get ready. She cut lemons in half and put them in a big bowl ready to squeeze. Then she arranged the cups and ice. A few minutes later, a van from the Anchor News team pulled up. They were her first customers. A reporter and a cameraman walked up to the stand and introduced themselves to Amelia Bedelia. As she talked with them about her business, she made them each a lemonade. The cameraman started shooting the scene while the reporter began interviewing Amelia Bedelia. To truly appreciate what happened next, you'd have to have seen it on TV down at Pete's Diner. Pete and Doris always turned on news at noon for their lunch crowd. Here's what they saw. Ted Daly here, news at noon, right outside Wild Bill's Autorama, where another business is having its grand opening. An old-fashioned lemonade stand run by this young lady. It's Amelia Bedelia, said Pete. A policeman was having pie and coffee at the counter, looked up and said, what do you think? Do you think it's that new policeman or is that the same one that she's seen in the garden when she picked the flowers? Let's see. Looked up and said, you know her, Pete. I had a run in with that girl in the park. Pete nodded and said, Officer O'Brien, be glad Doris served you that cherry pie you're eating. They looked back at the TV. Ted Daly told the viewers how Amelia Bedelia made her lemonade while the cameraman shot a close up. Amelia Bedelia makes every glass by hand. Just lemon juice, cool water, ice, and a bit of sugar, Ted Daly said. Amelia Bedelia handed Ted Daly a glass of lemonade. I use one lemon in each glass, she said. That's a lot, but it tastes better. It's why I call my business Lots of Lemons. As Amelia Bedelia pointed at the sign behind her, the camera pulled back so people watching on TV could also see the sign for Wild Bill's Autorama. You folks at home, take it from me, Ted Daly. Amelia Bedelia's lemonade may be a sweeter deal than you'll get at Wild Bill's Autorama. Amelia Bedelia was thrilled. Her dad was right. Being on the news was great. Her lemonade was going to be famous, and maybe, just maybe, she'd make enough money to buy half of a new bike. That's when the cameraman began to giggle. I'm sorry, self-correct. That's when the camera began to jiggle up and down. The cameraman could not hold it steady because he was laughing so hard. Back at the diner, Pete said, "Looks like an earthquake at Wild Bill's." Doris covered her mouth with her hand and gasped, "Gracious! Amelia Badia's sign makes Wild Bill cars look like lemons." Pete shut his eyes and shook his head. Back at Wild Bill's, Ted Daly turned around to see what was so funny. Well, I'm gonna stop right there. It's on page 77. I might read another one, but we'll see. Find out why the sign or why the cameraman is shaking so hard when he laughs or why he's laughing at all. But I'll talk to you later.